Since I started Kollel Boker and then Kollel Erev, I start every day with learning and I end every day with learning, and I go to work in between, and my work is much better when I go from learning to work, and then learning reduces my stress of every day.
It's probably the most important thing that I do in my day. I think it's more rewarding than actually going to medical school, and I look forward to it. I wake up in the morning saying, I'm going to Kollel Boker, not, yay, another day of medical school.
I was minding my own business, doing a little studying, and all of a sudden these fellows came over to me and said, how would you like to join Kollel Boker? I came, and P.S. I just kept coming, and I could honestly say that it has set the priorities in my life straight. It's sharpened my mind. It's been extremely beneficial for my family life and my work.
I believe every community could benefit from having a Kollel Boker like we have here. When guys before work, before school, come and learn, it really impacts their life.
You are happier, and the day is more productive, and you have like a feel of accomplishment. And it's something that happens every day. You know, there is no Thanksgiving, there is no holidays, there is no every day is Kollel Boker.
Rabbi Smith has truly run a wonderful program, and we feel privileged to be the Achsania Shel Torah, and he definitely deserves your attention and your support in being able to bring such a Kiddush Hashem to our community.
The first question they ask you when you come upstairs is going to be on Torah. That's the first thing they're going to ask every person, and the Gemara tells us the question is going to be Kavata Itim La Torah, which means, have you designated times for Torah? Not one time, rather plural, 2 times, which the Torah says what this means is a person must have a set time by day and by night. And this is learned and derived from the Pasuk. It says, V'agisa boy, you should toil in Torah, ponder Torah, by day and by night. By Yisa boy, by Yom u'balayla. And therefore we learn from here there's an obligation on every person. It's incumbent on every person. Just like you have to wear tefillin every day, you have to eat kosher, you have to keep Shabbos. A person has to realize that learning Torah is not a luxury, it's rather a requirement, an obligation, and the obligation goes as far as saying a person must do it by day and by night.
The Balabatim of the community involve themselves to make Mishnah part of their lives, which means to come together early in the morning to devote their time in limud of the Mishnah Be'iyun, which means that the Mishnah is part of their lives, and I can't believe that it doesn't enhance the activities of all day, that they should be more and more al pi ha-Mishnah, al pi ha-Shulchan Aruch. It's impossible that such of an involvement in the morning, as I have heard myself, the Kollel Torah, shouldn't carry over to the rest of the day. That we should remember that every step of the day, every pniyah that we turn, is really, really addressed in the Mishnah of our Boruch Shulchan Aruch.
Seeing the Kollel in the morning, the Rischa, the Reisa, the truth, the learning, the getting involved in the learning, the starting the day with such a brand, with such a geschmack and Torah, there's no way that the rest of the day is not involved, not influenced by that, is not uplifted. That was the impression I had when I was there at the Siyum. And the fact that you're Messiah Masechta Be'iyun, it's not only a few of you who never did this before, probably very few people ever did this before. even people that learn very be'iyun, and they learn the whole Masechta, and they finish Masechtas, but to be Messiah and Masechta be'iyun is a tremendous accomplishment, and it's a tremendous simcha.
I wasn't sing the morning Kollel by you. I saw people see Chabures, and they prepare. They say the Chabure is not just the Chabure. It's coming the fruit, the harvest of preparation and seeing and looking. The fruit was they are coming, this is enjoying with this. They are living with this. And all the time, people coming in the morning, wake up in the morning, running where? To continue the yesterday, the Maseches Kiddushin, to have the preparation for some Chabure, to hear something, to have a kashe, to have a teretz, and to continue to live the Torah. I saw people, a few people I saw, they did not have a background of the learning, of background of saying Chabures. Did not have. And now they come here, and they enjoy so much learning, and so much interest in the learning. How did it come? How did it come such thing like this? And I tell you how is this. What I want to learn from this. The Torah by itself is a power to bring up everybody, every Eid, every Jewish person, to bring him up and to connect him to the Torah. By each one, by each person has the curiosity to understand, to learn the Torah. Each one came from this world, for this world each one came, for learning the Torah. But sometimes he trying to see his enjoyment in all other kind of areas. When it's just is open the door of the Kollel, just the possibility of the Chavruse, even he does not ready for this. But he start, when someone start to learning, that it's coming up. The curiosity, the pulling, the enjoyment is coming and is making him, everybody, to learn more, to kochzach more, to understand more, and to give us the koiches, and to give the Meshicha for tomorrow to come again and to learn it. Ribbon Shel will give you for each one door to continue beyegias, to have chidushim, to have fruit, and to have the enjoyment when the senless lo tikva b'achrisoy.
I had the schus to meet the Chashav Chabur, the Kollel Boker of the Florida Kollel in Lakewood, and Be'ez Hashem, I was in Florida, saw them learning, and it was a tremendous simcha to see young light getting up so early and learning with such a cheshek, a real avas haTorah.
This year, we Baruch Hashem have been Zeicha, they were able to finish Maseches Kiddushin cover to cover. It's an accomplishment that took close to 3 years, and due to the diligence of many of the people who are here in this room, we could look around with pride and say Mazel Tov, and in Mitzvah Hashem, we hope that that will continue.
When you learn something b'shleimus, when you learn something complete, you feel it. You realize that you've acquired something, and that is an impetus for you to continue to want to do more. And this, the Kloisenberg Rebbe, the Kloisenberger Rav, the Kloisenberg Rebbe once explained, why is it that we make a siyum on a small Masechta, and if we learn maybe 100 or more blot in a large Masechta, if we don't cover it, we don't make a siyum. And the reason is, he said, because when you complete something that gives you the drive to go further, you feel that completeness, and there's a special siyata d'shmaya that when you complete something, you get the special help from the Ribbono Shel Olam, like we say in the Hadron, Kishem Shazartani L'Sayim Mesech Tezu Kein Tazreini Lahaschel L'Sayim Svorim Acherim. So it's a special, great, gratifying feeling that I'm sure many of these people can attest to it, that when they covered the first Masechta and it was done right, with getting a nice, good feel of the Masechta, they really felt great. They really felt good, and this is a feeling that of happiness and elation that you just want to continue further and continue to cover more and more Masechtas.
So the Chofetz Chaim brings in a few places a quote from the Zohar HaKodesh. Man de Yoris Masechta Chode. A person that is zeiche to acquire one Masechta, Yoris Alma Chode. He is rewarded to acquire. Yoris is Lashon Yerusha. Yerusha means a kinyan nitzchi, an everlasting eternal kinyan. Yerusha ein la hefsik. If somebody acquires a Masechta, he acquires also an Alma Chode. A whole world is awarded for this Yochid that was Yoris Masechta Chode. A world of what? A world of the Oir HaGonus. Because the Oir HaGonus is hidden in Torah Sheba'al Peh. That is the Oir HaGonus. The Oir of Torah Sheba'al Peh. When one is Zeiche to be Messiah and Masechta, it really is a Yom Tov. It's a day of the revelation of the Oir HaGonus on this world. The Chofetz Chaim is medayik. It doesn't say man de Yalef Masechta Chod. One that learned through a Masechta. It's a man de Yoris Masechta Chod. It means if one acquired a Masechta. Now for us to acquire a Masechta, obviously, Torah is Ein Sof. It's impossible to accomplish the acquisition of a Masechta in all its enormity, in all its depth. But each person in his madrege is meant to put in the effort, not only to be a Yalef Masechta Chode, but to be Yoris Masechta Chode. And if we learn the Masechta Be'iyun, may it take 3 years. And it takes 3 years to learn through a Masechta Be'iyun and a Kollel Boker. But that's a form of Yoris. If we put our minds as a group to try to grasp, according to our madrege, the depth of what we're learning, that acquisition, I think we might certainly say, is a bechina of Yoris Masechta Chod. For us to be mashlim this Yerusha, certainly we have to take upon ourselves b'li neder to chazer, to review this great acquisition.
A siyum on a Masechta in general, Kal v'chaimer, a siyum on a Masechta be'iyun, is a tremendous simcha. The Zayda, Zechzarik L'Vracha, used to, when he learned the Masechta, he was knowing to finish the Masechta. It's one occasion he didn't finish the Masechta, he started the next one. And then he happened to be by Chofetz Chaim. Chofetz Chaim, almost Boruch HaKodesh, told him, I'm learned the Masechta daf endik, and you learn the Masechta, you have to finish. And he told him over a Zoyar, Man de Yalef Masechta Choda Yoris Alma Choda. Someone that learns a Masechta, he inherits a world. Each Masechta is a world in itself. The world is a world. The world is more than everything together in this world is a world. And someone that learned the Masechta, inherited a Masechta, he became a bailim, he became an owner on a Masechta. He can look like the same, he can be walking down the street, 2 people together. He's a multi-millionaire, he has a Masechta by him. And the Lashon Yoris Alma Choda, inheritance, is a very interesting Lashon. The Lashon should be Kana. He acquired a Masechta. What do you mean he inherited a Masechta? But what it means, it doesn't mean inheritance like inheritance of money. It means inheritance like inheritance of kuna and of malchus. It means that it become part of him. He grew a mesechta. He became a world bigger, a world better of a person. When a person has a mesechta, learned a mesechta, he grew with a mesechta. He's a mesechta taller than the other person that's next to him that didn't learn a mesechta. Kal v'chomer, when a person learns a mesechta be'iyun, and he finishes the mesechta, he gets himself totally involved in the mesechta. Learned it with an amal, learned it with a yigiyah. That learning is a tremendous kinyan. It goes into the nefesh. It elevates the person to a tremendous way. It's a tremendous way to start off the day, to learn something be'iyun, to get really involved, totally involved with their machivorim into the learning. And that goes into the person, that makes a hashpah on the person for natzach, for his whole day, for the rest of his day, and for the rest of his life. So when he finishes the mesechta in such a fashion, it's a tremendous, tremendous simcha.
You have people who have learned in yeshivas their entire life, learning in the same room or side by side with people that only months ago did not even learn in yeshiva. Yet, everyone is able to hold their own, and everyone feels a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction.
As most of you know, I've never been to yeshiva, and I've never really seen the inside of a yeshiva for perhaps a week here and a week there. And I think after 2.5 years, I can really sit down with anyone that had learned in yeshiva their whole life and really sit down and learn with them, sit down and open a Gemara that's not an art scroll, and just in 2.5 years of learning in Kollel Boker.
There is a large variety of Chabura members, and the common denominator is everybody is interested in growth. Everybody who comes here has one item in mind, and that's personal growth within the community.
When you have to do the Chabura, we feel the pressure, but we sit, we prepare, and that's a tremendous learning experience. And perhaps the week of the preparation of Chabura is the week that we really can assess ourselves, on how we are advancing our learning.
It's just worth a try. It's worth going to. It's worth becoming a part of.
It's worth every moment of the travel here and back.
Here in Miami Beach, we are Zeicha to have many visiting Rosh Hashivas and many Rabbanim that come from all over the world. And one thing that all of them agree, and it's quite amazing to see that it's not prompted, they all say the same thing, which is that the level of learning and the intensity that is emitted from this room, Beis Boruch, carries out through not only the next room during the Shemona Esrei, but throughout the entire community.
We know what Chazal say, Toiv Achris Dover Mereshisoi. The end is always based on the beginning, on the foundation, on the start. It's very important to start off on the right foot, to start off strong, and that means you must make a strong commitment whenever you begin something. Reb Nosson, the Mashgiach from Lakewood, used to stress this importance of the beginning. The beginning of the day is very important. When you start your day off on the right foot, that carries you through the day and your day changes totally. So everything depends on the haschole, on the beginning. That's where we find so much about the inyan of chinuch, like Chanukah. The greatness is how we begin, and that's why even though we could have used unpure oil, there was a special inyan to use pure oil, because when you start something, it has to be done total dedication, total purity, and you start something on the right foot. And so therefore now when they're embarking on a new Masechta, it should be done with a strong commitment that I want to make sure I'm going to commit myself to be there every day. Nothing is going to deter me. I am going to make sure I want to know Makis, and I'm going to put forth everything that I have in order to acquire that.
If we put our minds as a group to try to grasp, according to our Madrege, the depth of what we're learning, that acquisition, I think we might certainly say, is a bechina of Yoris Masechta Chod. For us to be mashlim this Yerusha, certainly we have to take upon ourselves b'li neder to chazer, to review this great acquisition, to appreciate what we've acquired. As Chazal say, Divrei Torah, koshim leknoisam kechlizah v'chlipaz. It's not easy and it's difficult to acquire Divrei Torah. But noyach la'abdon kekleis chuchis. It's very, very easy to lose the acquisition of Torah, as one could lose glass vessels that are very, very easy to fall and break.
The Sunday morning Kollel Boker program is a great program. We have at least like 10 guys, 10, 12 guys that sit just with Rabbi Smith. It's very halacha l'maisa, which is really great, especially in a frum household where all these shilas come up, and it's just very nice to be able to know how to do it, know what to do. I think also the Sunday program is mainly people are very busy and they're working and they're traveling, can't really learn. It's very hard for them to find the time to learn, but on Sunday you don't have that excuse, and therefore that's really why I come.
When this program was instituted, it was very gratifying to hear that it got off at such a good start, and we're hoping to see it increase maybe twofold or even more, because I think if everybody would take advantage of this program on Sunday, it would really give them a boost, and they would feel the tremendous satisfaction and enjoyment that they have in this particular program, because of the fact that it does cover different sugyas, and it is done in a way that enhances the learning. It's brought out to be alive and full of life, and it's done in a way that everybody participates and feels a part of it. So I think this is a very, very good and very important program. It has the additional benefit of that it continues throughout the week. Your learning doesn't fall back over the weekend, that you totally get yourself out. It's important to be consistent, to keep up every day, and especially the Sunday, which is a day that people tend to relax. Here, you set your tone and you get your day started properly, and you feel a different person. So I think this is a very important program, and I think it's doing wonders, and I hope that this will continue to grow and it will expand and get much more members to join this wonderful program, that they can all come and taste it and experience it.
It's called Kollel Boker, but not too many people know about the Kollel Erev. And it's very similar to the Kollel Boker. It's the same idea, nothing that different other than the fact that we get soda.
I never thought my wife would go for it, and truth be told, she's the one who basically said, you have to do this, you have to go.
It's very important to Rabbi Smith that everybody's there and everybody participates and everyone feels like they belong and they're an integral part of Kollel Boker, and that's very nice. I like that a lot. Just a little bit upset that I wasn't really the most important person, but that's neither here nor there.
It's a tremendous Kiddush Hashem to see so many Baal Batim, how they dedicated and they understand the Chashivas HaTorah by going ahead and setting aside a time in the morning and setting aside that time at night to come to learn, even though in their busy schedule and they have a lot of things going on at work and during the day. However, they understand the Kaviyas HaTorah and the importance of Torah, and how all the source of all the bracha and everything comes from the bringing in the Torah into their lives. And my bracha is to all the Messiah and everybody here that we should go Mechoil Choil for one Masechta, and the Met Hashem we should be able to go ahead and make another seam, another Masechta, and the Met Hashem we should be able to go ahead and finish us all together and be in.
I believe it's not just transformed their own personal lives, but it's carried over to the family, to the wife, to the children, and to the community at large. It has made such a basic change. When you come down to Miami, you see what's done, what happened because of these programs, how everybody today is totally feeling a new spark of life, of vigor, of enthusiasm, of life, and everything. And I just want to add a thought that I myself have, and that is, you cannot imagine how much bracha and hatzlocha you bring for yourself in your parnasa and in your health. You should only continue to strengthen yourself. Talmidei Chachamim are never satisfied on their past laurels, but they always strive to grow, and therefore my blessings are to you. You should continue to grow in all areas, and this way you will bring in bracha to yourself, to your community, and really to all of Klal Yisrael.
I would like to take a few moments to address the Noshim Tzidkoniyos that are, I'm sure, present at this wonderful, wonderful Mikra Kodesh. And this is the Noshim that are present at this Mikra Kodesh are not just guests that were invited. They are part of the Tonu. They are part of the Simcha itself. They are also a Tonu Kula. They're full partners in the Zchus HaTorah of their children and their husbands. And in this case, it's Asnuye Gavrayu, Bei Midrash. The husbands take off of family time to accomplish, to be Messiahim and learn through Be'iyun, Masechta Kiddushin. It's certainly a great, great schus for the Messiahim and their families, and for the community at large. But furthermore, it's a schus for ganz Klal Yisrael. By adding such a wonderful, wonderful addition to the full scope of Itonu Kulam Ato Akapte. We should be Zeiche to meet Be'ez Hashem in the very, very near future at the great, great Yom Tiv of Kibbutz Goliyos, B'zchus HaMishneh, B'meiv Yomeinu, Amen v'Amen.
The worshipers help you should go Mechail from Masechta to Masechta. Continue to learn and to be kind and to acquire and to grow from Masechta to Masechta. And you'll see, the more and the more you get involved in it, the days change, the person becomes more elevated, the better ben Torah, and he becomes a happier person. A person that has the B'kudei Hashem Yisham Samchei Lev. You should always feel that Simchas HaTorah all of your lives. You should be able to grow and see the families grow, the children grow, and we should see the time of Yisrael Tzedek when all of Klal Yisrael will be involved in such a way in learning. It will be a Mola Oz Deis Hashem Kimam Liyam Chasim Be'er Yemin Omen.
HaKadosh Baruch Hu will give to everybody here was he learned the Maseches Kiddushin. There was a couple years, I was already 2 years over there, there's a Masechet Kiddushin. We say that the Torah is compared to the Kiddushin, and by the Kiddushin, what we said the Broche people give? Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov. What is Mazel Tov? Mazel Tov, it means this word the Torah requests from a person to have Sechel Tov, to do everything al pi Sechel. But listen, there is a lot of people was able to learning, but no one reached them to learning. We say in some way they did not have the mazel. All of you has the mazel, so that in some way you got into for learning and you joined in this. This is mazel tov. By the Chassan you say mazel tov, you got the mazel. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will increase your mazel to the right thing to learn and to bring more people that also will have the mazel door, mazel tov and tov el Torah.
I'd like to extend warme bracha to the Messiahim. It says mitzvah gereres mitzvah. That the Rebbe should help you to go Mechail Choil, that you finish Masechtas Kedushin and you should go on grow in Torah in your Shemayim and finish many, many Masechtas, Be'iyun, and to be Ma'abeh in your Limud Torah. And they should help you all to be able to be Messiah Me'ashas.
Yeah,